Hi, I'm Mike Stein with Alro Heating and Cooling, and today I'm going to talk about different kinds of filters. I know when you go to the hardware store, everybody goes, oh my gosh, all the different kinds of filters. I'm going to try and break this down really into a couple different categories. The first category is what I call the 1-inch filter, okay? This is a 1-inch disposable filter. It's made out of either fiberglass or paper. I highly recommend the inexpensive variety of these if you're going to stay with a paper fiberglass disposable filter. We do not recommend the washable kind of filters. A lot of people get those and think they're saving money or they're doing something good. Those are very bad. They don't do a very good job of filtering. They block very easily because they're very tight mesh, and people tend to forget about them, and so they get extremely dirty and they just let all this dirt into a furnace. So we don't recommend washables at all. We recommend disposables. I recommend a very inexpensive disposable filter like this one, which is maybe $3 to $5 at a hardware store. We do not recommend the pleated kind. This is what we refer to as pleating. It's okay to do it in a 4-inch where you have a little wider unit, a wider filter. The idea of a pleating is that it lasts longer, it gives you a little more surface area. It doesn't do a better job of filtering, does not do a better job of filtering, but it will last longer because there's more filter here. Pleating is okay to do in a 4-inch, but not everybody has a 4-inch hole on the side of their furnace. So when you go to do a disposable, if it says it does allergens and mold and all these things, don't buy that stuff. It doesn't do that. Those particles are so small that they actually go right through the filter. Those are typically 0.01 micron. These filters will only do about 100 microns, so that's almost 1,000 times larger particle. This kind of a filter is great to protect the equipment, but it does nothing to protect you in terms of allergens or airborne bacteria or viruses. If you want to do that, we need to go to the electronic air cleaner. But before I get off this, I just wanted to mention that 1-inch disposable, inexpensive is what we recommend. If you have a really nice filter cabinet, you can go to one of these. These are much more expensive, obviously. They run in the $20 to $30 range. The idea of this is that you don't have to change it as often. It's something, a task you don't have to do as quite as often. On disposables, we recommend every 2 months if you have animals, dogs, cats, lots of children. If you're single or just 2 adults living there, then you can do it once a quarter. This kind of a filter is designed to be done twice or 3 times a year, again depending upon the amount of activity. Anytime you have dogs or cats in a house or lots of kids, you need to do it a lot more frequently. They bring in a lot of dirt. I might add that the average furnace that's not maintained has over 10 pounds of dirt. So just imagine 2 5-pound bags of flour and I threw them into your furnace. And that's actually, they've done lots of studies where they've taken a furnace that has not been maintained and they've actually sucked all the dirt out of it, and it actually comes to 10 pounds. So you can see this is a machine, and when you throw that kind of dirt into a machine, it really destroys it and breaks it down and wears it down much quicker. Because of that, I really recommend that you get maintenance from a professional contractor like Alro or whoever you're currently using. All the contractors have a twice-a-year service where they come out and service the furnace, and then in the fall, and then they service the air conditioner in the spring. I highly recommend that. There's been many studies that say if you do that, your furnace will last 1/3 longer. So you're talking about having another 5 years of life added to your furnace, and it will operate 1/3 cheaper. It's called the third rule. So you can save almost 30% on the efficiency of your furnace if you have it cleaned. Last but not least, we'll talk about electronic air cleaners. These are fantastic. They come in one of 2 ways. They come in a 1-inch style like this, or they come in a very thick style that looks like this, which can be 4 to 5 inches, okay? If you're more interested in this, we can give you a demonstration at your home and get in more in depth. But basically, this uses a negative field. A particle, even down to 0.01 micron, goes into it, becomes negatively charged, and then it gets attached to a positively charged pad or plate. And then every couple of months you just throw those pads away or you wash off the plates. This is fantastic if you want to try and do something that will keep you healthy, eliminate bacteria, mold, and most importantly all the allergens like pollen and dust. The only way to really get those guys is with one of these. Pollen and dust is not going to be taken care of by this. So again, this is Mike with Alro Heating and Cooling. We have a lot more information at alro.com. stl.com. That's ALROSTL.com. Or call us at 314-427-9932.